Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for you today, and this time I have decks for you for the upcoming hot location, the Space Throne. With only one card being able to be played at this location, it's really going to benefit you while you're climbing in Marvel Snap if you can clog it up for the opponent perhaps, or maybe just play a very big unit there yourself to win that location. So I have a few decks, designed with that in mind, which should help you climb on this hot location. So the first one that I have is a Shuri deck. This is nothing new, no surprises here. Shuri is very powerful, being able to double the strength of those very big units towards the later stages of the game. This version we have Atuma in there. It's a nice cheeky card that you might want to sometimes play in the Space Throne. There's a bit of synergy there, since it gets destroyed when you have other cards at the location. If it's the only one there, you're going to benefit quite greatly from that. So this deck is just very powerful in the meta, and of course having a very big unit that you can easily win that location with is very nice. The next deck that I have for you is a Goblin Galactus deck. So Galactus is a pretty strong meta deck again, requiring some pool 5 cards, so not an easy deck to get a hold of necessarily. But this is definitely a good one for Space Throne. You can play Green Goblin in there to just win that location outright, and then you can finish the game with playing Galactus in the Space Throne to just simply win. I mean, it's quite straightforward. Nothing really more needs to be said other than be careful of the opponent's Aero, Cosmo, things like that. But yeah, Galactus is going to be something to watch out for in the Space Throne. If you like the idea of Green Goblin but don't have Galactus or don't want to play it, I have a CLOG style of deck here, a very heavily disruption-focused deck, all about making your opponents suffer, taking away their points, clogging up their board. So here we've got a lot of cards with that goal in mind. We're going to go for a Hazmat plus Wong finisher on turn 6. We've got Dr. Octopus to bring their hand onto the board and then hit that with the negative afflicted strength. And we have cards like Polaris, Debris, Green Goblin to potentially clog the Space Throne for the opponent and get a very easy win in that one location. So if you're a fan of this sort of archetype, it's probably a good time to play it. You're going to get some extra value from the Green Goblin and such cards. Maybe that's not really your style and you'd prefer to just slam jam a big INFINAUT perhaps at the end of the game in the Space Throne. Here we have a She-Hulk INFINAUT deck for you, another sort of meta-ish deck, this time with magic, being able to skip turn 6 and then play INFINAUT She-Hulk turn 7, maybe even more than one She-Hulk if you are able to Moon Girl them. Should be able to get a lot of strength in that Space Throne and win that location rather easily. Should be a nice one for this location. If not, then we also have this deck, which has been made by MOGWAI, a YouTuber, streamer, someone I've known for a while through Gwent. He made this deck, and it's sort of a take on my Colleen Swarm deck, but it should be really good for this featured location because it plays Green Goblin, and it plays Polaris, and it even plays Shang-Chi. So if you're worried about those Shuri decks, those She-Hulk things, you can always play that Shang-Chi at the end, maybe in the Space Throne, killing that big unit from the opponent. And then of course you have cards like Green Goblin, Polaris to potentially just early game win you a location outright on this featured location. Should be a really, really solid deck for this one. Alternatively, we have a Deathwave deck here, which is a quite, common deck in the meta, able to go for wave into death and all that powerful stuff. You, of course, also have Shang-Chi, so this deck should just be pretty decent into Space Throne because you can always play a death there if you want. You can always Shang-Chi the opponent's big unit if you feel like it. So yeah, nothing really wrong with this deck for the hot location, should be able to do very well with it. Similarly, Thanos LOCKJAW should be perfectly fine for Space Throne because you have the Reality Stone, so you can always just change that location if it doesn't suit you. You can also maybe just play a big unit there. Perhaps you can Aero the opponent in, Dr. Octopus them, and yeah, failing that, of course, you can just Reality Stone away the annoying featured location. So yeah, LOCKJAW, Thanos going to be a great option if you have that card. And here I have honorable mention for Patriot. While it's probably not a great deck to play because you are really focused on trying to win maybe all 3 lanes, or put strength in all 3 lanes with Ultron and things like that, there is a bit of cheeky play to be made with the Debris. You can put the rocks into the Space Throne, clog the opponent up there, and potentially get some cheeky wins that way. So honorable mention for Patriot, maybe not the best deck to run on this featured location, but should be, playable and not too bad. So that does it for my video on the Space Throne location. I hope you guys enjoyed and that it was helpful. Check out one of the videos on screen right now for some more Marvel Snap content. Subscribe as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.